If you've ever wondered if milling your own flour is really worth the time, or if it's just another from-scratch trend that feels a little overwhelming, today I want to show you why we made the switch in our home and why you might want to consider it too. Because this one simple change has completely transformed the way we eat. Hi friends, welcome back to For Your Heart and Home. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're here. On this channel, we focus on simple, from-scratch cooking and creating a peaceful, purposeful home. And today, I want to continue teaching you about freshly milled flour. If you've been on this channel for any length of time, you know that we absolutely love using freshly milled flour, but I wanted to create some videos that will break it down further, give you more information, and allow you to do the deep dive into this topic, freshly milled flour. In this video, I will tell you what it is, why it matters, and how to actually use it in your everyday kitchen. And don't worry, this is going to be very beginner friendly. Nothing complicated, nothing overwhelming. So let's start with the basics. Freshly milled flour is exactly what it sounds like. Flour that is made by grinding whole wheat berries right in your own kitchen. Instead of buying a bag of flour from the store that's been sitting on the shelf for a while, you're starting with a whole grain and turning it into flour right when you need it. And the biggest difference here is this: nothing has been removed. When you buy all-purpose flour, most of the grain has actually been stripped away. The bran and the germ, the parts that contain the most nutrients, are removed to give it a longer shelf life. But when you mill your own flour, you're using the entire grain. This is where things start to change in a really meaningful way. First up, nutrition. Because you're using the whole grain, freshly milled flour contains more fiber, more vitamins, and more natural oils. It's a much more nourishing option for your family. But honestly, what surprised me most was the taste. Freshly milled flour has this rich, slightly nutty flavor that you just don't get from store-bought flour. Your baked goods taste fuller, heartier, and more satisfying. Even something simple like pancakes or muffins, they just taste different in the best way. Now, there is one thing that surprises most people when they first learn about this. Freshly milled flour doesn't last very long. Because those natural oils are still there, the flour starts to lose its freshness pretty quickly after milling. That's actually why store-bought flour is processed the way it is, to make it shelf stable. But in your home, this just means you mill what you need when you need it. And I promise it's much simpler than it sounds. So let's talk honestly for a minute. Is freshly milled flour worth it? I think the better question is, what are you looking for in your kitchen? If you're looking for convenience above all else, this might feel like an extra step. But if you're looking to nourish your family well, slow down just a little, be more intentional with your ingredients, then this can be a beautiful shift. And here's the good news: you don't have to do it all overnight. You can start small. So maybe this looks like milling flour just once a week, or trying one recipe. Maybe swapping out part of your flour instead of all of it. This doesn't have to be complicated. In our home, this has simply become a rhythm, something we've woven into our daily lives little by little. But when I first started, I had a pantry full of all-purpose flour just like anyone else. I wasn't about to throw all my flour away so we could switch to freshly milled flour. So I looked at my recipes and I swapped out part of the flour for freshly milled flour. This was a gentle way to introduce my family to the taste and texture of freshly milled flour, and it was a way to still use up the all-purpose flour without just chucking it. That's exactly how I want to walk you through this series. I am not here to tell you to chuck everything in your pantry. It's just a step-by-step, simple and doable way for you to incorporate freshly milled flour into your daily routine. So if you're interested in learning more about freshly milled flour, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how you learned about freshly milled flour, if you have something specific you'd like to ask, or just tell me where you are on your from scratch journey. In the next episode, we're going to talk about how to actually get started, what you need, what you don't need, and how to begin without feeling overwhelmed or spending a fortune. So if you've been curious about freshly milled flour, you're in the right place, and I'd like to know, have you ever tried it before, or is this completely new to you? Let me know down in the comment section down below. So thank you for being here today, and I will see you in the next one.